Hello, good afternoon, and you're all very welcome to McDonagh Park in Nenagh for the 2021 AIB All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Club Championship semi-final. St. Rynagh of Offaly against Gailltír of Waterford. Both teams out in the field, they're warming up. I'm Tomas Matthews, joined here today by Gavin Wynn at WLR. Gavin, both teams looking like they're ready to go. Huge history between these two teams over the last few years as well.
Definitely is, Tomas. Great to join you this afternoon. And as you say, I suppose familiar rivals, I suppose they've become over the last couple of seasons. Gailltír and St. Rynagh, of course, met in the last two All-Ireland finals. Gailltír winning in dramatic circumstances in 2019, and then St. Rynagh turning the tables on Gailltír just last month, back in January, of course, in Semple Stadium. So again, both teams, they know a lot about each other, and I'm sure they're hoping to bring their A game to the table this afternoon. If they do that, we should have another crack at semi-final in store.
Yeah, like it's the fourth time in 4 years now that they're...
Correct, yeah.
Obviously, Gailltír won the first two, and Rynagh have won the last time. So Rynagh will be looking to make it two each, but Gailltír are going to be tough. Just going through some of the players and the teams. Obviously, some people wouldn't be familiar. Who will be the players on both teams to look out for?
Yeah, definitely. And St. Rynagh had a massive win, huge win over Michael in their Leinster final. A couple of weeks ago. I was covering that game up in Kinnegad, and some will say maybe they didn't get a stiff enough test that day. Whereas Gailltír came through a really tough battle against Knockavilla Kickham's in their Munster final. They won that by a goal. But on the Rynagh side, Siobhan Flannery got a hat trick the last day. Suppose brings a lot of big game experience to the table. And Gailltír, would certainly be watching her this afternoon. Kate Kenny is a teenager on the edge of the square for St. Rynagh, is a tall, athletic figure. If she gets ball in hand, she's very, very dangerous as well. Grania Dolan mans that centre-back position very, very well indeed. Captain of the team, she's a real leader. And Helen Dolan and Roisin Egan. Roisin Egan, number 9 for St. Rynagh. Keep an eye out for her this afternoon. Plenty of pace and really works hard. And Sinead Hanamy on the 40 got their goal the last day. So again, there's no shortage of talent in that St. Rynagh team, Tomas.
Yeah, just looking at the two captains up for the toss there now. We're going to follow this. This toss is going to be vital because there's a huge wind going down to it's the town end as you look out from right to left. Margot Heffernan is the Gailltír captain. She's not starting today.
Yeah, Margot lifted the county cup last couple of seasons, a real leader in that Gailltír team. Missed a bit of the campaign with injury in that, but obviously she's on the bench, not a bad player to have on the bench. But Hannah Flynn has been really rock solid in the Gailltír full back line, and leading on to the Gailltír then team. Tomas, I suppose Aoife Fitzgerald has been the go-to player for them, be it particularly from place balls. One thing St. Rynagh can't afford to do is concede frees to Aoife Fitzgerald, because anywhere from 65 metres in, she'll nail them all day long. Annie Fitzgerald, of course, her first cousin, would be well marshalled as well, I'm sure, by the Rynah's defence. The Fitzgeralds, of course, coming from the Fitzgerald Sullivan dynasty down there in Ballygunner, they're all interconnected and related. So following on from Ballygunner's dramatic win last weekend, I'm sure Gailltír will be hoping to advance to another All-Ireland final. Clodagh Carroll was player of the match in the Munster final. Again, like Grania Dolan on the St. Rynagh side, rock solid at centre-back. And Kate Lynch and Shauna Fitzgerald, Ilorna Porca, that area today I think is going to be crucial. Whoever can come out on top could be a big factor.
Yeah, just looking, it looked like Grania Dolan won the toss and she decided to play against the wind. Now that could have a huge bearing today. Now, if the rain comes as well, which is predicted, and Gailltír get themselves up with that wind, right? But obviously Rynagh have confidence in their own ability. If it is a case that they have to pull it back with the wind in the second half.
It's definitely going to be a factor, I think, Tomas, as you say, if with that wind you want to be maybe going in maybe 4 or 5 pints up at half time. But look, these teams, they know each other pretty well as well. I'm sure there's going to be no quarter given a rest, but they'll be concentrating on bringing their own performance to the table. And sometimes you can get too bogged down on the opposition. So both teams will be looking for a good start, and I'm sure this one is going to go right down to the wire.
And we'll just take a look at the teams there now. We'll just we'll pause for our own Venus. Yeah, we'll just take a quick rundown of the teams. We'll start with Rynagh's. Ellen Gilligan is in goal. Sinead Moran, Elaine Sullivan and Maeve Dorney make up the full backline. Emma Corcoran, Grania Dolan, who captained the team. Katie O'Connell at the half backline. Centre of the field, Helen Dolan and Roisin Egan. Linda Sullivan, Sinead Hannamy and Maria Daly make up the half forward line. Louise Mannion, Kate Kenny and Siobhan Flannery are the full forward line. And just taking a look at Gailltír. Ciara Jackman is in goal. Maeve Sheridan, Hannah Flynn, Aoife Hartley, Leah Sheridan, Claudia Carroll and Emily Mahoney. Kate Lynch and Shauna Fitzgerald are in the centre of the field. Anne Corcoran, Ciara Sullivan and Annie Fitzgerald are the half forward line. And Leisha Forrest, Aoife Fitzgerald and Alana O'Sullivan are the full forward line. And
yeah, Alana got the goal there to most of the Munster final, won 11 points victory over Knockavilla, so that was a big score on that day. And again, she's a very prolific forward as well if she gets the ball in hand. And see, both sets of teams, they seem to have plenty of players on the bench as well, so both panels very, very strong as well. I suppose testament to the work going on in both clubs. And Barry Nay of Westmeath, I say to us, is the man in the middle for today's semi-final.
Louise Mannion seems to be around the middle of the field.
Yeah, a lot of positional changes already, yeah.
Could take a while for us to... and we're underway. Straight away, Kate Lynch getting it up there, going down the far side of the field into open country. Nobody seems to be there. Ball is still in play. No, it seems to have trickled. Everybody was waiting to see what had happened.
Yeah, I think that's Liz Dempsey there, the lines person on the far over side, of course, refereed the All-Ireland final last year. Seems to be a bit of debate there. Did the ball just get stuck or
take a deflection? The referee is gone off the field. Whatever's going on.
Very, very strange. Is he after forgetting the whistle? Or the watch? One or the two. This is pretty bizarre.
Yeah, he's down and he's waiting for the gate to be open.
Ray, how are you? Oh, perfect. Yeah,
So hold up here and referee, it's a whistle he's looking for. And one of the Rynagh's management team had a whistle there, obviously from the warm-up, and he's gone to find it. Hold it there after a couple of minutes and play will resume. It's going to be a line ball on the far side of the field for St. Rynagh's. That whistle is working for him anyway. Ball goes straight out over the line and going to be a line ball for Gailltír. Shauna Fitzgerald is there ready to take it. Looking for options. There's a run through the centre. Just didn't make it, and it's Maria Daly picking it up in the centre of the field. Daly looking for space, giving it back, but the referee has done it for over carrying. It's going to be a free for Gailltír, and it's Claudia Carroll that's stepping up to take it. Dead centre of the field. Ball is going dropping, and it's just gone away to the right and wide. First wide of the game. Ellen Gilligan now to puck out. She tried to find Grania Dolan, and Dolan was put under pressure. Forrest trying to get over. She has it. She's been held up looking for options. Finds Anne Corcoran. Corcoran giving it out to Aoife Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking for options again. Finds Kate Lynch. Lynch goes it forward. Drawn out there, and it's Louise Mannion. Mannion up over her own 40, going down this side of the field. Collected there by Siobhan Flannery. Flannery goes low towards Kate Kenny. Under pressure there from Maeve Sheridan. Sheridan comes out with it. Lays it off to her wing back Leah Sheridan. Gailltír playing a sharp hand passing game, and Claudia Carroll puts it down. But Rynagh Dolan is there to pick it up again. Rynagh comes forward. She's under pressure there from Shauna Fitzgerald. Ball is on the ground. Who's going to come out with him? Annie Fitzgerald trying to get over it, but it's Louise Mannion, and Mannion is fouled, and it's a free out for Rynagh. Helen Dolan is going to take it. Dolan goes down this side, but Claudia Carroll is there on her own. Intercepts, strikes it left-sided towards Anne Corcoran, but Rynagh Dolan is there again. Dolan started very strongly. Emma Corcoran coming forward. Corcoran, but it's intercepted there by Leah Sheridan. Ball is on the ground. Who's going to come out with it? Looks like Kate Lynch. Lynch gives it back there to Claudia Carroll. Two centre backs to start very strongly. And it's Katie O'Connell now coming forward. O'Connell striking it down, trying to find Kate Kenny again, but once again Claudia Carroll dominating their centre back. Rhinos were looking for steps. Referee plays away. Hannah Flynn going over the far side of the field. Aoife Hartley finds Emily Mahoney. Hartley continued her run. She's up over the 65, lays it off inside. Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan inside the 40. O'Sullivan strikes, that ball's going to drop short. And it's taken by Ellen Gilligan. Gilligan finds Rynagh Dolan. Near Dorley, but it's intercepted again by Kate Lynch. Lynch goes down into the corner there towards Alana O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, she's under pressure. Who's going to come out with it? The ball is on the ground. Ball is still there. Wrestling there. Louise Mannion trying to get down over it. Brought out there by Helen Doran. Rynagh, she'd lost the hurl. Leah Sheridan getting it off there to Kate Lynch. Kate Lynch with a long ball in. And Gilligan is under pressure, the ball is in the net. It's a goal for Gailltír. Rynagh Dolan was fouled in the middle of the field there by Leisha Forrest. That goal was scored by Alana O'Sullivan.
Yeah, brilliant finish there. Tomas got in behind the rear guard, and as we were saying, beforehand, if she gets, spells danger in there, 9 times out of 10 she's deadly accurate in front of the post, and illustrated that there. Great finish by Alana, and certainly one that'll do the confidence a huge amount of good. And Gailltír, you'd feel, would need to probably be a few points up, playing with that strong breeze in this first half.
Once again, Claudia Carroll is coming out. Carroll has started excellently. And Mahoney, she's under pressure. Referee has the arm up, and Mahoney had the hand in the back.
Yeah, in fairness, he was playing the advantage there. Barry Nay from also free into St. Rynagh.
Given down towards Kate Kenny again, first to take it. Hannah Flynn gets in the clearance, but it's Emma Corcoran coming forward. Corcoran up along the sideline, over the 40. She's still going, she's been chased down by Anne Corcoran. She gets the shot in. Oh, there's danger, and there's a chance of a goal, and the ball is in the net. It's Linda Sullivan. It's a goal apiece. Hesitation by Ciara Jackman. But credit to Emma Corcoran with that run. She ran 60 yards. The sides are level. Brilliant. Ball goes long.
Brilliant start here, Tomas, as you say. Ciara Jackman will be disappointed with that because she had the ball in her hand, as you say, lack of hesitation. Usually Ciara is mopping those ones up. Linda Sullivan, wasn't reading that script, nabbed the ball off her and just literally strikes it into an empty net. Great start here in
O'Connell going forward now, and it's chopped short again, and Jackman has hesitated. Leah Sheridan is there, she's under pressure. Jackman comes out, but Sheridan was fouled.
Yeah, and I tell you, wanting breathing a huge sigh of relief there, because again, Leah was lucky. Hurley was held in fairness, but again, Ciara just seemed to be slow enough out of her goal line there. And when you have players like Linda Sullivan, Kate Kenny lurking in there, you're going to have to be very careful. So the Gailltír defence looked very nervous, Tomas.
Picked up on the far side. Ball going in again towards Kate Kenny. She flicked it off, and there's a player inside, and it wasn't spotted. Good. Rynagh still have it. Sinead Hannamy was under pressure, and Gailltír coming out, but the referee has gone for over carrying again. I think it was Maeve Sheridan.
Yeah, he's right up at the play. In fairness, I suppose that's been a talking point, I suppose, in Camogie and even hurling the last couple of weeks, and how many steps in the hand pass. So it'll be interesting to see what way, I suppose, Barry Nay applies that this afternoon.
The hand pass has been a controversial thing lately. And when a referee does give it, he's the worst in the world, but rules are there.
Yeah, but they say that definitive strike in action, don't they, is the big thing, Interestingly now here, Kate Kenny, the most hitting this free. Siobhan Flannery would have hit a lot of those in the Leinster final. She got, I think it was 3-6 to the best of my knowledge, I think she got that day against Michael. So Kate Kenny trusted with the responsibility here, and again a very capable player.
She'll drill it low into the wind, no doubt. She's about 35 yards out. Kenny strikes, and Kenny puts it over the bar. It's 1-1 to a goal. Kate Kenny's first score. Ciara Jackman with the puck out, goes straight down the middle. And Paul got stuck in the mud. Annie Fitzgerald was trying to get down over. Ciara Sullivan is in there, and Sullivan managed to let it off to Fitzgerald. Paul goes down into the corner. Ooh, Fitzgerald, but she's under pressure there from Sinead Moran. Fitzgerald has it, and she's dropped it again. And Roisin Eden was back there. And Eden puts it intercepted.
Gave it away there at the crucial moment.
Forrest strikes, but it's gone wide.
Yeah, she'd be disappointed with that. Tomas did everything right, got in behind the cover, and just kind of a snapshot there, aiming to, I suppose, aim for that far over post. Easy to say it from up here, but certainly a good scoring chance gone a begging there.
Brilliantly taken by Shauna Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald lays it off, and it's Anne Corcoran.
Good work right there by
Corcoran, put the leg in, and an accidental there.
Yeah, it came from great work right there by Mairead Daly, working back, got into Hurley, fair tackle, disciplined tackling by Rynagh, but straight away you can see the work rate of both teams. There's no quarter given or asked, and I suppose you never expect that different when these two teams have met over the last couple of seasons.
Roisin Eden takes the free, straight down the middle, and Claudia Carroll is there to pick it up again. Carroll, there's an advantage up, and the referee's going to call it back. Rynagh's bench aren't happy.
Yeah, in fairness, it's one of those ones that, was she coming out? Did she lead charge? In fairness, both players, I think Linda Sullivan was the player who came across Claudia. They're two wholehearted warriors, I suppose, and referee, in fairness, I think had the hand up for advantage, so I suppose to come back from
mishit there, but
might work out though.
Leah Sheridan has it. Sheridan puts it in, and who's trying to come out with it there was Anne Corcoran. The ball is on the ground.
Yeah, that middle third, which we mentioned, a lot of bodies around there. That's proven to be a real cauldron so far. Plenty of bodies around there.
Helen Dolan coming forward. Dolan giving it inside, and there's danger. Kate Kenny. Kenny strikes left. It's a great score.
That score there. That's one of the scores of the game so far. Route one ball in from Rynagh's. Kenny out in front of her player. I think it's actually Maeve Sheridan who's been team marked to keep an eye on Kenny this afternoon. Maeve, a very capable defender, but turned on her left hand side and backed herself. Superb score.
And then O'Sullivan puts it in. But Sinead Moran coming across. She leaves it behind her. She's under pressure. It's a Gailltír player that has it, the kick. Oh, it's going over the bar.
Right.
It's
Alicia Forrest, I
Alicia
think,
Forrest, yeah.
Yeah, and again, ball broke inside, very, very dangerous. Both sets of defences maybe look a little bit jittery, nervousness maybe at this early stage, but
super effort.
good score, great score. Gailltír be prominent, of course, in the football scene in Waterford too, playing in the intermediate grade, but they'd be well used to that as well, and I think Alicia illustrated that there.
Ball is on the ground. It's Louise Mannion trying to get down over it, and Maria Daly wins the free. Daly done well. Just a pull back of the arm there by Leah Sheridan.
Yeah, you can see both wing forwards for Rynagh's Tomas dropping really deep into Sullivan. Maria Daly. This was all part of the modern game, that positions, I suppose, don't mean too much to that.
What's interesting too is Roisin Egan, who's taking the free there now, has been coming deep, but Gailltír, rather than keeping a player back, have pushed up on her, so they're more or less playing with 5 defenders.
Very interesting, all right.
As the play continues, Louise Mannion comes forward. She's facing Claudia Carroll, she's barged, and it's safe to say that Rynagh's aren't happy.
Yeah, well, I think in fairness, that's I know she did lead with the hurley, and Linda or Louise.
The same thing happened a couple of minutes ago, but
she covered every blade of grass in the Leinster final. So, but obviously Barry Nenagh, the match referee, been very busy so far. So I'm sure he's glad he found that whistle, Tomas.
He's making use of it.
Just to clear it up, that's actually did what happened. I checked it with one of the linesmen there, and he just said the match referee started the game without the whistle, which is I don't think I've seen that before.
We've heard of cards and coins and that now for the toss.
Or the watch is missing or something, yeah.
But never heard of the whistle. Going to throw it in, the ball's going to loose now. It's into a little scrum there, and Barry has no chance, or no choice but to blow the whistle again. Find a cleaner piece of tough maybe. It's Kira Sullivan that manages to come away with it, gives it across. Beautiful ball there to Leah Sheridan. Sheridan's under pressure from Maria Daly. She tries to find Alana Sullivan in the corner. Going back there is Elaine Sullivan. Sullivan drinking one way and the other. Gets the hand pass off. Roisin Egan. And it's going to be a free in, full over carry in.
Very, very interesting.
The one that was penalised. And for Mountain, it can draw it up 13 metres, and it'll make the chance for Aoife Fitzgerald easier. This to put the sides 11 turns.
This should be bread and butter for Aoife again. Descent there from the Rynagh's defence. Arguing the top. In fairness, probably touch and go of Barry Nay. She was probably on the 5th or 6th step. He judged to be overcarrying. This should be routine for Aoife.
And indeed it is. The sides are level. Her first scored again.
Yeah, she's deadly accurate, and anything, as we said, from about 45 in, maybe 65 in with that win there. Tomas, she'll nail those all day long.
Ellen Gilligan pucks it down this side of the field, going up for it, and Corcoran backs it forward, but Emma Corcoran manages to pick it up for St. Rynagh. She goes low towards Louise Mannion, but well intercepted. It was just gone out over the line. Shauna Fitzgerald, who was forced over the line, and she don't want to intercept that ball. Louise Mannion is going to take the line ball.
Now you can hear the referee there. He's not giving Louise Mannion much time, telling her to get out with it, Good cut,
down this, and once again it's intercepted, and it's Aoife Hartley. Bit of a schmozzle, but Siobhan Flannery trying to get it, and it was Helen Dolan who managed to get it off there to Linda Sullivan. Sullivan into the open country, but Emily Mahoney is there to pick it up. Mahoney goes low, and the referee he just managed
he got in the way himself there at once, did he?
It was Annie Fitzgerald. Somebody from Gailltír roaring on the sideline looking for a free that you fouled or left.
Yeah, Emily Mahoney there, of course, would be a sister of the 4 Mahoney brothers, of course, who were involved in that famous win for Ballygunner last weekend. So obviously,
if she's half as good as them,
well reared.
She's a good one.
Absolutely.
Plenty of well-known names on both sides there. We see Hartleys, Mahoney's, Sullivans, and Manions and Hannemies on the opposite side.
So Carl with a good delivery there.
Great ball down. Hustling for possession there, and Corkin and Sinead Moran, and it's Emma Corkin that's coming out.
Oh,
a great block down there by Charlotte Fitzgerald, but Corkin has it again. She's trying to get forward. Referee has the arm up. He's playing an advantage. He's kept the arm up and he's going to go back for the original free.
He's actually blown for charging here, Tomas. Very, very interesting, because I think the 5 seconds had elapsed, which was very, very interesting. And Helen Dolan, the judge, then to have charged, you know.
Up, so
very strange. St. Rynagh's management absolutely incensed on the line. I see Mark Dunn was straight in there remonstrating with Barry Nave. But one thing, I suppose, with the advantage rule, or the charging rule, if you want to call it that, or that particular foul, he is trying to be consistent, I suppose, in that.
Aoife Fitzgerald now just inside the 65, 10 metres in from the sideline.
She's a great belt to the stitter.
And it's gone over the bar.
Yeah. That's absolutely brilliant, Tomas. We're right behind that from our vantage point here in the commentary position, and again, minute left to Hurley. You could see, I know she's wind assisted, but that's a great strike, and Aoife Fitzgerald certainly very confident this afternoon so far.
They've gone back into the lead now, 1-3 to 1-2. Ball gets caught in the wind over the far side. Rynagh have it back. Ball is put over this side, and the referee has blown for a late tackle. Is it from where the ball landed, or what? Had he been playing advantage? No, he had been playing advantage. Helen Dolan has got the free. I seem to be bunching in the middle now. If we're going to make a run to one side of the field, she's going to come this side of the field. And it's Linda Sullivan. And she got bottled up. She managed to kick it out, but it's Kate Lynch that's back there. Lynch hand passes it out to Charlotte Fitzgerald under pressure from Louise Mannion. Mannion ends up on the ground. Little rough developing there. Again, Louise Mannion, she got a push in the back there, referee didn't see it. And Aoife Hartley, back to Leah Sheridan. Sheridan finding Annie Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, and the referee has the arm up
good
again.
Pace, yeah, Annie has pace.
She's away. She's a player on her opposite side. She didn't spot her. Ciara Sullivan was loose. And Roisin Egan is there to pick it up. Katie O'Connell goes low to Louise Mannion. Mannion's been on a lot of ball. Jinx one way and the other. She's under pressure from Kate Lynch. Dropped the hurl.
Yeah.
And that's one of the new rules that have been brought in over the last couple of years. There was a time when you could drop the hurl to.
Yeah, I think she's saying that was, or Barry Nay saying that was deliberate too. I think we were right in front of that. In fairness to Louise, she had everything done, I suppose, just release the ball, drop the hurley, and again, this is probably within Aoife Fitzgerald territory.
More or less the exact same position as the last free. So, Aoife Fitzgerald, she's about 10 metres in from the sideline, about 62 or 3 metres out from goal. Lifts and strikes, and that's going to go wide on the far side. Plenty of height in it, but that's a third wide for Gailltír. Rynagh's yet to strike a wide.
Yeah, they could all add up come the end of the 60 minutes here. Usually you'd be backing Aoife from there, but it was, I suppose, a nice distance out.
Gives it towards Helen Dolan. And the referee has the arm up, he's playing advantage. Ball comes here from Ray Daly. Daly's going to take on Leah Sheridan. Sheridan is trying to get back at her, but Daly is away. She's travelled 30, 40 yards. She's still going. Looks for support. Tries to fight. Oh, Linda Sullivan is loose inside and she couldn't take it. And Clodagh Carroll is back there, but the ball is on the ground. Who's going to come out with it? And the referee's going to throw it in.
Yeah, certainly dangerous again. It looked like there was openings inside. Rynagh's defence, he was getting a lot of Rynagh's attack, even a lot of
super run there
space
by
from
Red Daly.
Absolutely, showed great pace.
Done well to find Linda Sullivan. Sullivan just done nothing.
I think he's coming back here, Tomas. The referee obviously spotted something.
It was the late tackle, I think. He's calling, is it Leisha Forrest? He's calling
I
13.
think he had the advantage being played there, and he's coming back now, and could well see the first yellow card here for Leisha, I think. Yep. Good refereeing, in fairness. He had it spotted, had 13, left that play develop, went back then, and
could have been very easy to forget that as well, like, but in fairness, he remembered the original foul.
Yeah, he's been busy, in fairness, Barry, because it's kind of tight. There's a lot of bodies around there, a lot of rucks in it, so so far it has been a busy afternoon for the Westmeath band so far.
Ball cleared out there by Kate Lynch over the far side of the field, but it's a minus player that comes onto it. Helen Dolan was held up, managed to find Maria Daly, but she couldn't take it. She's under pressure. Leah Sheridan was trying to get down over it. Daly ends up on the ground. Ball comes loose, and Aoife Fitzgerald a long way from her full forward point. As the ball comes down this side of the field, and it's Anne Corkin. Corkin managed to get it inside.
Brilliant, great defending there. Ryan's really well read.
He's giving it off to Rynagh Dolan, gets the clearance in. Ball comes loose. Kate Kenny coming out from her full forward berth to try and get into the game. Gives a lovely ball in towards Siobhan Flannery. Flannery has it, and it's gone out. No, it's gone over the bar.
Yeah, great
score. I thought it
there.
would drop short for a minute.
Yeah, looked like it was kind of hanging there for a second, but again, brilliant route one. Kate Kenny did really, really well to shake off a couple of defenders there into Siobhan Flannery. First touch and over the bar, great score.
I think Ciara Jackman was kind of worried about that ball there for a second.
Yeah.
Jackman comes down this side of the field this time towards Ciara Sullivan. Oh, well taken. Sullivan gives it back to Aoife Fitzgerald.
She just
well
threw it up
blocked
in
down
front
by
of her,
Maria
good
Daly.
defending.
Daly picked it off the ground.
Oh, shush.
And now she's won a free.
Yeah, I think Aoife was pretty lucky in the first instance. Actually, the tackle was very high. I think the Rynagh player got away with, definitely seemed to be handling the ground. Anyway, obviously Barry Nay didn't have the correct view of it, and Rynagh's get the free. So look, I'm sure they'll argue that they missed the last couple that they should have got. So maybe definitely look up the ground.
Balances itself out is what they say, isn't it? Helen Dolan will take the free, goes down towards Siobhan Flannery. Flannery just couldn't take it, and Clodagh Carroll is there to mop it up again. Finds Kate Lynch in the centre of the field. Lynch comes straight through the middle. She's up over halfway. Strikes it down. Oh, but well done by Helen Dolan.
Yeah, Helen Dolan mopping up, covering every blade of grass for Rynagh's again this afternoon.
Louise Mannion has been very impressive as well, and gets that ball in. The ball gets stuck, and coming on to Maria Daly. Daly take it on Clodagh Carroll. She's still going. Chance! Oh, it's a great save!
What a save!
What a save by
brilliant.
Ciara Jackman. Oh, super save. And Leah Sheridan.
Great clearance, yeah, just relieved the danger. That was a great moment, really. Things beginning to hot up now.
Ball was loose. Gráinne Dolan coming forward. Dolan trying to find Roisin Egan, but Lisa Forrest picks it up. Forrest gives it off to Anne Corkin. Corkin and intercepted there by Katie O'Connell. O'Connell down this side towards Maria Daly. And in fact it's Linda Sullivan. Sullivan, she gets it away from Aoife Hartley. Giving it to Kate Kenny. Kenny goes towards Siobhan Flannery. Flannery trying to get inside her marker, strikes. Goes across the face of the goal, and that ball is going to go wide. First wide for Rynagh, but what a save by Ciara Jackman.
Unbelievable. I think she actually saved it with her hand there, Tomas, just threw her body in it. She'd been disappointed with that first goal, but by gosh, she made up for it there. Brilliant run. Maria Daly showing a clean pair of heels to the Gailltír defence, but in fairness to Jackman, she was equal to it. Great save, great save.
A bit of a stinger because she's down at the minute.
Yeah, certainly on a day like today, so it is pretty nippy out there, as the fella says, and showed great bravery, and I suppose looking at the pitch as well on the way in as well, conditions underneath are a little bit heavy as well. You can see the ball getting stuck in the ground in a few instances too, Tomas. So this will be a test of, fitness coming into it as well, and maybe, stronger bench as well. Both players, they have plenty of subs, so I'm sure, there's going to be strong impacts from girls coming off the bench as well.
Yeah, looking at the field, as you're saying, like Nenagh always have this field in plenty in great condition. Plenty of club matches, plenty of school matches played here.
Yeah, and in fairness, look, the way the week was, I suppose lucky that we're in fields today, or lucky to be, I suppose, at grounds,
We've seen that the Tipperary and Offaly match had to be changed to Bancha last minute, last night.
That's right, yeah. Offaly just telling Kira there to go back. That was obviously a white ball, so she tried to gain a few yards there, but again, very accomplished keeper, Kira, and I've no doubt her sister Trish as well, former Waterford Camogie All-Star. I'm sure she's watching online as well.
Russian Eden coming forward, giving over the far side.
Sinead Hannamy, I think. Yeah.
Sinead Hannamy in towards Kate Kenny. Ball is batted out. Kenny fighting for Claudia Carroll is going to pick it up. And Carroll using her strength, but
fair.
And there was a little flick back there from Kate Kenny. Maybe it was accidental.
Yeah, and in fairness to Kate, she went straight over to Claude, just acknowledging that maybe, look, it was a little bit loose. It didn't mean to, there was no malice in it, but again, Rynagh being very consistent, I suppose, in this rule of, players maybe leading with the elbow or charging. So again, looked like Claude was just trying to maybe shake off her defender there, so maybe a tad harsh in that instance, but this is definitely within Kate Kenny's range, even though she's probably against the breeze, but seems to be maybe after dying down ever so slightly.
Almost 29 minutes gone, but we have them few minutes where the referee was looking for his whistle at the start, so probably going to look at 3 or 4 minutes injury time. Players been stopped a few times as well. Interesting, no water breaks either. A lot of competitions that were there before the water breaks were abolished decided to continue. Ladies football have the water break going until the 1st of April.
Yeah, I suppose interesting. Look, it was twos and fro's to it. I suppose it was never, I suppose, that minute as well that it was supposed to be. Tomas, then there was arguments of course, I suppose it was Paul Connacht and Limerick really, with the tactics boards coming out and that started that side of it. So I suppose look, there was twos and fro's of it. Momentum swingers or maybe some teams that were behind Grant to get that breather as well. So look, personally, I think it's nice to be back into the full normality of a 30 or 35 minute game, and you have your chat then at half time and go again, I think Clodagh is, in fairness, she's as tough as nails. She's not a player who stays down easy. Again, you can see her really holds that centre back role well. Very good communicator there with the rest of her defenders and getting on a lot of balls so far.
Kate Kenny is going to take is just a chance to put Rynagh ahead. Kenny strikes and Kenny puts it over there. Rynagh's are in front. That's her third point. 2 frees and 1 from play.
Yeah, good strike, confident strike there by Kenny. She's a bit like Aoife Fitz. 2 really, really capable free takers, and they're showing that well so far today. And great reading of the play there by Gráinne Dolan.
Kenny has it again, gives it into Siobhan Flannery.
Yeah.
Flannery, she tried to find Linda Sullivan. Sullivan taking on Aoife Hartley. Kate Kenny. And it's Helen Dolan coming forward. Dolan giving it into Siobhan Flannery. Claudia Carroll done well. Flannery ended up in the ground, but then Claudia Carroll was found after it. It's a free out.
Yeah, used her experience there, Claude. I think she was gone to ground as well, but felt that contact and hit the deck, and Rynagh gave the free there. I think she was fouled, in fairness. We
free
take
goes
into
over the stand side. Unlucky there by Anne Gráinne Dolan gives it off to Helen Dolan. Dolan strikes left sided, but Claudia Carroll is there to pick it up. Carroll looking for options, but there's a hurling there from Rynagh Daly. Ball goes loose, kick forward.
Alana O'Sullivan there, and haven't seen much of her since that early goal. Tomas, and look how deep she had to come out for that ball. Now Gailltír, even though they have the wind, there's very few players inside in their full forward line.
Aoife Fitzgerald got the hurling. Ball is on the ground. Who has it? Fitzgerald has it.
I think Aoife has it. Trying to get the pass out. A good defending there by Rynagh.
And Alicia Forrest left
side,
and the sides are level.
Yeah. In fairness, it was a real battle royale in there. Ball broke out, and in fairness to Alicia Forrest, she'd smack those ones over all day, but again, Aoife Fitz looking very, very menacing when she gets the ball in the hand. One instance there was the last two instances, very, very interesting to us, both sets of teams trying to go through this short ball route. Short pass breaks down, and both are punished as well. But as I say, there's the half-time whistle, and nicely balanced so far, as we predicted.
1-4 apiece. I suppose the game started with that Alana O'Sullivan goal early, but they responded straight away from Linda Sullivan and Kate Kenny with 3 points and Siobhan Flannery. Emma Corcoran is doing a lot of hurling and Louise Manning for Rynagh. But then on the Gailltír team, Alicia Forrest, Aoife Fitzgerald doing well. A good battle there. Emily Mahoney is going well. Sharon Claudia Carroll. But at half time here, it's St. Rynagh 1-4, Gailltír 1-4. China's back here in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to McDonagh Park in Nenagh for the start of the second half. It's St. Rynagh 1-4, Gailltír 1-4. Doesn't seem to be any changes on either team.
I don't think so, Tomas. Looking around there now, a couple of positional ones are right, but as we said, they mean very little. But as we predicted beforehand, this is going to really go right down to the wire, so, don't rule out extra time here this afternoon.
See a few subs practice and penalties there at half-time.
Yeah, might go to that far, might go to that length, who knows.
Second half is underway and it's Louise Mannion.
She seems to be moved out around that middle third for Rynagh. She'll bring plenty of pace and energy out there.
Siobhan Flannery puts it down towards Kate Kelly. And Kelly's inside. She has
it
it
in her hand, yeah. Danger here.
She's gone through. She's going to shoot left-sided.
Great save.
Jackman done well, but the referee was playing an advantage.
Yeah, good advantage, but again, you can see that danger anytime Kay Kenny gets on the ball. Again, Jackman was equal too, but good advantage there by Barry Nay. Had the hand up and came back for the free. So this is definitely scoreable anyway from Kay Kenny's point of view.
Looks like they're going to isolate her inside, full forward, leave that room in there with the wind in the second half.
Yeah, they adopted that tactic as well against Michael in the Leinster final, and obviously that worked wonders that day with Rynagh's getting 7 goals that day. So certainly she started well again today.
Kenny puts it over the bar. Rynagh's are back in front. That's her 4th point, 3 frees. Kira Jackson will take the puck out. She's looking for options. Goes over the stand side of the field there. Aoife Hartley. Hartley gives it back to Tola Karen. Karen puts it down. Helen Dorn is back there. She's under pressure from Anne Corcoran. Three or 4 players tussling for it, but it's Shauna Fitzgerald who come out with it. Ball in towards Aoife Fitzgerald, but back there again it's Roisin Egan. That's Katie O'Connell. She's Louise Mannion in front of her, and she just couldn't find her, but picking it up there, Linda Sullivan off her left hand side. Ball dropped short into Kira Jackman. Jackman looking for options.
Yeah, good vision by Kira there as well.
Kate Lynch goes down towards Aoife Fitzgerald.
Great touch.
Fitzgerald with a good ball across, but back there again, Helen Doran, or not Helen Doran, it's Emma Corcoran. It's cleared down by Roisin Egan. The rest of the possession, Tola Carroll is back there again.
Yeah, again covering that line really, really well as well. So good at reading the play, just as we say it. Tomas gives away the ball.
And it's Linda Sullivan coming forward, pulls along the ground. Leah Sheridan is back there. She's under pressure though from Sinead Hannamy. Ball back to Kira Jackman. Jackman goes long. Super puck against the wind, but as we said, it gets caught and it's taken superbly there by Louise Mannion.
That was a brilliant catch. Brilliant catch.
Linda Sullivan again. Gives it into the centre and coming forward is Grania Dolan from a centre back position. Dolan strikes and Dolan puts it over the bar. It's a 2-point lead.
That's a great score, great patience there in the build up there from Ryan Estemas and Grania Dolan. Rock solid, real captain's part there, real inspirational score up from centre back, backed herself, has that breeze behind her and stroked that one over the bar. Great score.
Leah Sheridan goes short, but once again it was not Hannamy that was in there. Kira Sullivan giving it into the middle. Aoife Hartley.
Yeah, in fairness, I think if there was ever one where they were just playing that, literally felt the contact went down and got the free. Probably a little bit lucky on that occasion.
Could be a few players watching Manchester United during the week. There are a few Ronaldo fans. Not that we're anti-United here or anything.
Ah, no.
Clodagh Karen goes down into the corner.
Oh,
and Lana Sullivan manages to get it up. Gets in the strike. It's a super effort, but it's going to go across. Just stops dead. And
He was hesitant enough there. The moment literally got stuck there. But again, it was a brave effort by O'Sullivan. Very little movement inside, so elected to shoot. Just pulled it across the face of the goal. And Gailltír be disappointed because they had no one else in there to prevent it from going over that end line.
Offaly taking over the front side of the field. Back forward there. And a Flynn seems to be long enough from the full back position. Go on, you don't want to get the stick in.
Yeah, Rynagh there.
Even giving it off to Louise Mannion.
Both teams working it out in defence very well. You know, use of the hand pass off the shoulder, running.
The curl is loose again though.
Down top of it. Yeah, sweeping that sweeper roll.
I think they need to put the player on her because Carol is knocking up the word
Yeah,
of the ball.
she's
Kind
really
of tied the burk at the time.
Absolutely, just tied the work, yes, yeah, absolutely. Great to see tied back, of course, last weekend. And Waterford against Laois, of course, just great to see him back in the fold.
Sean Fitzgerald, she's inside the 21. She's been tackled, hurling there from Sinead Moore.
Yeah, that's great discipline tackling there by Rynagh.
They have it back.
Annie Fitzgerald, I think,
Annie Fitzgerald and the
race. Oh, good tackle.
Good tackle in there. Russian Egan coming forward. Egan gives it off to Sinead Hannamy. Hannamy put Leah Sheridan, one of the best players on the field today. But just as we said, Sinead Hannamy wins it back, and Hannamy was done for barge, and Kate Lynch held her ground. It's going to be free for Gailltír.
Yeah, and in fairness to Sinead, she's straight back up to her feet, you know, not protesting. It's the mentors, Mark Dunnan and Declan Kelly, pretty animated on the line with that one. But again, it's one of these ones. But he's been consistent on that all day, in fairness to Barry Nay. Seemed to be indicated that she kind of maybe led into the player, but I thought that was a kind of a 50-50 one there, both players, you know. It's an All-Ireland semi-final, you're not going to hang back from it, you know.
Claudia Karen has come forward to take this. It's on the 65-yard line, 2 or 3 yards in from the sideline. And there's a rumbling net down the corner, and she's going to give it. Is it
Annie Fitzgerald?
Annie Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Fitzgerald. Oh, great block down there by Russian Egan. She's back.
Oh, brilliant.
Lynch, but blocked down in there by Maeve Dorley.
On Kate Lynch, that was a brilliant block. Great piece of defending there by St. Rynagh.
Louise Mannion again, but Mannion is done, and once again it's Leah Sheridan who applied the pressure. I'm very impressed with her today. Fitzgerald is going to take it into the driving wind. Fitzgerald strikes and it's gone over the bar. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, Fitzgerald again, deadly accurate, you know, within our comfort zone, and I think that's our third, is it our fourth of the afternoon plus? Her third, yeah.
By Sullivan. Ball goes down, and Alana Sullivan trying to let it run. Ball ends up on the ground. But once again, it's Louise Mannion. And she threw it, did she?
I think that seemed to be an indication. I thought for a second he was saying she dropped the hurling, but the hurling is in her hand, so again, he was right up at the play there, didn't deem that there was a strike in action there. This is within Aoife Fitz territory again, and this could be, I suppose, these are these big moments in these All-Ireland semi-finals, the big games hinge on, and Aoife definitely within our range. I suppose on a day like today, these are all pressure ones. You know?
Just an interesting fact that all of Gailltír's scores have come from their full forward line.
Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. But it's a potent enough line.
And the sides are level.
Great score. Yeah, great strike. She's a confident player. Tomas in fairness, and certainly the radar. I think she missed one there in the first half, which was a big distance out, but we hear both the fans here, which again are here in their droves as well. I'm sure they're well used to seeing each other now, trying to bring a bit of, I suppose, urgency to this game as well. But really, really another intriguing battle between these, turning out to be a great rivalry between Gailltír and St. Rynagh.
Ron Flannery over there on the far side battling, but it's Gailltír who come out with it. Emily Mahoney.
Yeah, I think it's Gailltír ball. Tomas indicated by the linesman there. And just to note as well, of course, the second semi-final of this intermediate championship, Tomas, takes place tomorrow in the National Games Centre in Abbottstown. Portaferry of Down against Salt Hill, Knocknacara from Galway, coming up from 2:30 tomorrow afternoon.
And no worrying about elements in the new dome above there either.
Oh, certainly, yeah. Fine facility.
High ball coming in around the house. Alana O'Sullivan, but it's intercepted again by Grania Dolan. Dolan has been superb at centre back.
In fairness, the both number 6s, Dolan and Claudia Carroll, we've only got a player in the match so far. Those two certainly in contention, but now game beginning to open up a bit now as well, Tomas.
Right there, trying to get down over. Daly taking on Emily Mahoney. She's still going. Strikes off her left.
That's a great score.
And Rynaghs are back in front. Daly's first score. It's 1-7 to 1-6. Kind of a game that the next score could win it.
That was a brilliant score in fair because she had to ship a couple of tackles there. In fairness, Emily Mahoney kept the pressure on. She got inside the cover. Daly shortened the grip and the stick and fired over a great score.
Ciara Jackman going down the stand side. Back there is Emma Clark. Kate Lynch now for Gailltír. She's under pressure. She ends up on the ground. Helping her out there, Shauna Fitzgerald. Over there, Kate O'Connell is O'Connell clearing it down.
Carroll again.
Carroll.
Brilliant.
Carroll left side, it goes back to stand side.
Yeah. And it's not just in fairness to both to Carroll and Dolan, they're used to the ball when they get it as well. Tomas, very intelligent.
Took it in towards Alana O'Sullivan, but back there again, Roisin Egan. Egan gets away from one player, but Forrest held her up. Forrest has the ball back, does she? She does.
Rynagh's pretty
off her left side from underneath the stand, but it's going to go across the face of goal.
It's not even going to go wide, Tomas.
Ellen Gilligan goes low with the clearance. Helen Dolan giving it off there. Her centre back, Grania Dolan. She was almost caught.
Thought she was going to be blown for steps there and they could give it away. I think they have.
It's Kate Lynch. Lynch comes forward. Facing 3-4 Rynagh's players. Gives it off to Alicia Forrest. Forrest strikes.
Fine score.
Forrest puts it over the bar. Sides her level again. That's her third from play.
Brilliant score. She's on fire. The two scores there from Maria Daly and Alicia Forrest. This game has really come to life the last couple of seconds. Tomas, again, great offload there from Kate Lynch. Rynagh's players literally hanging off her. Had the vision to spot Alicia Forrest. She had very little room to get the swing in, but strikes it over and all square again. Really, this game has come to life in the last 5-10 minutes.
Siobhan Flannery ended up on the ground there. Aoife Hartley gives it back to Clara Carroll. Carroll half blocked down, ends up with Hartley. She's up over halfway, gives it inside to Annie Corcoran. Anne Corcoran. She's players left and right. She's going to go herself. It comes down and it's nipped away. Chance not gone. Annie Fitzgerald trying to get the strike away. She was bottled up. Who's going to come out with it? And back there again, it's Grania Dolan. Dolan, what's that? There's a player loose on this side of the field which she spotted. It's Leah Sheridan, but she hasn't been.
Yeah, they have to get in their hand. They need to switch it a bit quicker because Alicia Forrest completely unmarked in front of us here at Tomas. And Rynaghs have turned it over.
And away comes Helen Dolan. Dolan over 60. She's up as far as the 40. Gives it towards Siobhan Flannery. Flannery takes it superbly, but she ends up on the ground again, under pressure from Hannah Flynn. Referee lets the play go away. And Flynn, she's blocked down. Maria Daly there. Here, Kenny under pressure from Leah Sheridan. Sheridan has it in her hand. Sheridan gets the clearance down this side of the field. Ciara O'Sullivan under pressure from Louise Mannion. O'Sullivan was superbly blocked down by Mannion. And Helen Dolan, referee is the arm up. He's going to come back for the free. Superb play there by both teams. And there's going to be a substitution for Gailltír. I see number 17, who is Molly Comerford, coming on the field. It looks like Aoife Fitzgerald is coming on. Is it? Aoife Fitzgerald is off the Gailltír team, and Molly Comerford is in as Kate Kenny now with a free. Just inside the sideline. And Kenny, it's blocked! Oh, it's missed! Oh, it's for Siobhan Flannery. Super chance. Puck out goes low towards Kate Lynch. Lynch. And it's intercepted by Linda Sullivan. Sullivan giving it off inside. Oh, and there's a chance for Siobhan Flannery. Flannery, she fouled, is she? It's a penalty. It's a penalty for Rynagh. There was a chance for Siobhan Flannery only a minute ago. She missed, and now it's a penalty. The vital stage. Almost 17 minutes into the second half. Russian Egan is going to come forward to take it. So you got a card in there as well for one of the Gailltír players. Referee just making sure everybody's inside the D. Russian Egan versus Ciara Chapman. Egan strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Ball is in the net from Russian Egan. And it's 2-7 to 1-7. And now, can Gailltír respond? Ciara Jackman goes long, but it's picked up there by Grania Dolan. Dolan coming forward in towards Kate Kenny. Kenny taking on Maeve Sheridan with the strike. Oh, super score by Kate Kenny. That's her 5th of the day, and it's all of a shot. It's 2-8 to 1-7. It's a 4-point game. There's a Gailltír player down on the ground in the middle of the field. I think it's just cramp. Referee giving her every chance to make sure she's okay. Annie Fitzgerald slowly getting back to her feet. Seems to be okay though, she's going to be alright to continue it. But what a turnaround there in the space of 60 seconds. It's a 4-point game. Jackman goes over the far side.
Yeah, that penalty could be a big moment there. Tomas well hit by Roisin Egan. In fairness, definite penalty. Siobhan Flannery.
The referee has given a free in for overcarrying.
Interesting call there.
Shot, there's been a momentum swinger. And Kate Kenny has a chance here now to open up a 5-point lead. She's over in front of the stand. Trying to hurl, trying to slit her.
Yeah, that score there from Kenny as well, just out in the touchline. It's one of the scores of the game so far. Just took it in her stride, and you could hear the Rynagh's roar, I suppose, going up when that flashed over again. She's had a really big influence on their, I suppose, performance so far this afternoon. They'll be hoping to turn in ultimately to a victory, but right now she's a chance to add to her tally.
Kenny lifts and strikes. Is it going to go all the way? It is.
Great striking. Yeah, again, she's on fire this afternoon.
6 points for Kate Kenny.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden now a 5-point gap. Gailltír, you know, it's certainly going to have to really finish, I suppose, with a flourish here, but there's still time there, plenty of it, Tomas.
Ball going on towards the new girl in, Molly Comerford. Comerford has it in her hand. Putting it in her own, but Roisin Egan is back there, and Egan takes it superbly. She's still going forward, but she's done for overcarrying. Margot Heffernan is warming up there. She looks like she's going to be entering the fray for Gailltír as well. The club captain.
Yeah, again, interesting call there. Gailltír will be pretty, really just about to say they need to get this next score now to, I suppose, just, keep themselves in this game, because Rynagh's getting next couple of scores. All of a sudden, game slipping away from Gailltír, but this is Annie Fitzgerald who's taken over from her cousin. Yeah, good score. Interesting in there with Aoife, Tomas, I'm not too sure whether it was an injury because Aoife Fitzgerald, you wouldn't be taking off a player like that. Maybe she was carrying a knock,
She looked disappointed to be coming off now. Different management are there for her, I suppose.
Yeah, very interesting call. Now maybe she was carrying a knock, but obviously just seems strange when I suppose a free taker. But
Maria Daly coming forward and she's striking. Daly puts over a super point. That's her second now since half time.
Yeah, an instant response Tomas from Rynagh's there. Maria Daly got on that ball and struck it beautifully over. Great score.
Kerry Jackman with the puck out. Ball ends up with Kate Lynch. Lynch been held up. Katie O'Connell gets a flick on and Grania Dolan. Dolan finds a loose player inside. Louise Mannion yet again. Mannion trying to find it down this side of the field. Battle there and Maeve Sheridan managed to come out with it. Flicked on there by Ciara O'Sullivan. But back there Elaine Sullivan. But Annie Fitzgerald coming onto it. Fitzgerald tries to find Forrest, but Forrest has it. No, she doesn't. Roisin Egan is back there again, but she's under pressure.
Yeah, everyone trying almost like a ruck there. I see Katie O'Connell down off picture there as well. Seems to have went over on her ankle there in the heavy ground, but let's hope that's not too serious. But the possession here going to be crucial.
Who's going to come out with it? Scrum at the minute. But coming out there, I think it's Emma Corcoran, was it? Cleared down by Elaine Sullivan. And it's Linda Sullivan now. Sullivan taking on Claudia Carroll, putting it in towards Siobhan Flannery. Flannery, she was under pressure there from Hannah Flynn. And the referee just stops play there. See if Flannery is okay.
Yeah, I think it could be a head injury there, so obviously correct decision there. Imagine it'll resume with Gailltír having possession there, but again, great battling there from both teams. Again, we said earlier on, there's no quarter given a ass. Both teams want to get back to the Ireland final. Rynagh's, of course, going for that 2 in a row, which would mean they'd be promoted, obviously, to the senior ranks for next season. So obviously they're keen to get into that final, and obviously I'm sure they'll be keeping an eye on, if they get their Portaferry and Salthill Knocknacarra tomorrow. But obviously, there's still a bit to go in this game, and they won't, I suppose, be celebrating until that whistle goes.
Flannery is back on her feet. Katie O'Connell is back on her feet as well. She's walking a bit gingerly. We'll see what happens now.
Yeah, I think it's going to resume with so Gailltír had possession, so that's where you'll resume from indirect. And
indirect, but she'll be doing well to score.
I'm just going to say it's even somebody like Ciara Jackman would be good. She'll have to get it down the field first anyway.
Puts it over the far side towards Shauna Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald gives it off inside to Molly Comerford.
Molly has looked sharp since she came in. She really played well in the county final.
Comerford wins the free.
County semi-final actually. Victory over St Anne's on that occasion. So she's not a bad player to bring off the bench.
Ball put in towards Misha Forrest, but back there ground with the one.
And Corcoran has it.
And Corcoran trying to find Misha Forrest again.
Yeah, they just need score. They need another score.
Forrest, she's got players outside. It's Molly Comerford. Comerford strikes. And that's
gone
over the bar.
Great score.
That's her first since she came in. And it's back to 4.
Yeah, do you know what? They're just hanging in there, Tomas. And if Gailltír could get a goal now, could be in for a very, very interesting finale. But Molly Comerford has looked really sharp and just hung back out into the pocket there, literally. Took the pass. Leisha Forrest worked hard and, struck over a great score. But, it's the next one now. Gailltír will be wanting another score for Rynagh. You could feel it'll put him in that final.
Carol trying to find Leah Sheridan. Sheridan will retrieve it. She's under pressure there from Sinead Hannamy. Managed to get away from her. Hannamy is still at her, putting her under pressure. She has to get rid of it. One of them little hand passes, whether it was illegal or not.
Yeah, there's a great battles going on. In fairness to every team, or every player even. Sorry.
Kate Lynch going down the corner towards Elaine O'Sullivan, but Elaine Sullivan has really had a good game there, full back, doing a job on Elaine O'Sullivan. Apart from that early goal, Roisin Egan coming forward now. Egan breaks the tackle.
Yeah, look how deep Kate Kenny has come out for the ball now, Tomas. The positions literally they've gone out the window at this stage.
Just looking off camera there, where Grania Dolan is dropped back into the pocket there, just seeing if any danger did arise. Very intelligent play. It's a free in for Rynagh. It's Kate Kenny now. Siobhan Flannery looks like she's going to come out and take it. Ryan's woman just telling her to take it back a few yards.
Yeah, so that's Liz Dempsey there on the line, the Kilkenny official.
Flannery now with a chance to open up a 5-point lead again. She has that wind with her. Going away to the right, but that's a wide. That's only their third wide, and Rynagh have only had 4. So.
Amazing, yeah. Had the distance there, not the accuracy, and Gailltír have to throw everything at this now. Tomas. They really just have to throw caution to the wind now and go for 4 points down.
Giving it off to Kate Lynch. Lynch trying to find Alana Sullivan, but the ball has gone loose. And Annie Fitzgerald.
Hurley got stuck in the ground there, though. You could see that the difficult underfoot there.
O'Sullivan needs options. Gives it to Annie Fitzgerald. She left it behind her.
Yeah, it's just that condition now.
Louise Mannion is in there.
Fatigue coming into it now as well, Tomas, at this stage. I'd imagine. That whistle is ticking down to Oldham, and Rynagh, I suppose, are soaking up that pressure, A
minute and a half left. Another injury time.
Yeah, I'd imagine there would be one or two little instances where there was players down, so I'd imagine there'd be a minute or two added on. I don't think we have a fourth official here today, Tomas, so we've no board to go on. But interesting.
No, do they put it over the bar? They have to get 2 scores anyway.
I think to have this over and hope that Barry Nay gives you another play tomorrow, and see what happens. But Then Annie is looking, she seems to be stating herself that she's going to go for a point here.
We're not seeing what happened in the Fitzgibbon Cup during the week.
Yeah, a Waterford man with the goal, Michael Kiley.
Oh, you have to get that bit in.
Annie, it's dropping, is it?
It's gone over the bar. It's a one-score game.
Well, who said something about extra time? Who knows? In fairness to Gailltír, they've got the last two. They haven't shown up the ghosts. Tomas, of course, they're not All-Ireland champions 2019 for nothing. That, you know, both these teams are going to die with their boots on.
And Claudia Carroll has it. Carroll under pressure there.
Seems to be a high
She's
tackle
still
there.
going. She's held up again. Referee is letting play
what a
away.
tackle.
It's a good tackle in there, but and Rynagh, no, it's not. It's Mairead Daly.
Oh, she threw the ball. And dropped the
At
hurley,
a
did she?
vital stage, she dropped the hurl.
Very interesting. Just commenting the Rynagh's defence to win it back. You know, it's so disciplined in the tackling. Rynagh's are preparing a sub. I'd say that's more to waste. Probably bring the clock down now, the most. But this one now is this one you drop in around the house? I would think so. Or is Annie, maybe Annie was told that maybe there will be another play. It'll be very interesting to see. It's hard when you're not judging what's added on, you know.
Clock is in the red.
30 is
Just
opposite, yeah.
Gone into the red.
Annie, she's
go
going for a
it.
point, Tomas.
And it's gone over the bar.
She's got it.
Now, we all know what happened a couple of years ago with a late score for
Yes.
Gailltír. So, Rynagh will be hoping history doesn't repeat itself as Roisin Daly is coming on the field.
Yeah, they say it is one of the most. Sorry, they say it's one of the most dangerous leads in, be it hurling or camogie, I suppose, any sport. But this now possession here of the absolute crucial importance now from this puck out from
Ellen Gilligan.
From Ellen, yeah.
Well, now Kay Kenny has come from her full forward position, but she couldn't get it.
Yeah, it's
3 or 4 players down over. Who's coming out? Aoife
Here,
Hartley
have it, yeah.
gives it to Shauna Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, she's under pressure.
Oh, that's a free anyway, yeah.
Aoife Hartley,
Hand is
she
up,
dropped
yeah.
the ball
Hand
and
no advantage accruing, yeah. In fairness to in fairness to Barry Nay, he's applied that
Shauna
rule well
Fitzgerald
today.
is going to take it, so it looks like she's going to drop it in.
It's very interesting. It's probably a bit too far out for Annie, but I mean, is she told here this is last play? That's what I'm wondering. Who knows? We're not.
Ciara Jackman is a long way from home as well. She's up around the middle of the field.
He's like these football goalies now. Tomas nearly playing up and that kind of half of the, really pushing up. But
oh! There's a player on the ground. There was a strike off the ball. It was right in front of us.
I didn't actually say. I was just writing down the last free there. But obviously there's a. Obviously the Rynagh's mentor is pretty incensed at that one now. I actually didn't.
Sinead Hennamy that's on the ground.
Yeah.
The referee's going to talk to Leah Sullivan and he's just letting it pass.
Shauna Fitz, yeah, they must have been told this is last chance.
Oh, but it's taken brilliantly.
That's a waste now from Gailltír, but they had to
Helen
clear that first line of defence, and
Kenny,
that was a really disappointing free.
Kenny lying down over it. What's the ref going to do? Who's going to come out with it? It's a line ball and it's a Rynagh's ball.
Gailltír ball, is it? Or Rynagh's ball, is it?
What way is he putting that flag? It's hard to know with the wind blowing.
I think he's given it to the blue and navy. I think Tomas, very, very interesting. But that was a brilliant piece of defending there by Rynagh's. This has to be a good connection with Gailltír. I see the Rynagh's management are down there looking at the watches, but it looks
Shauna
like
Fitzgerald
good connection.
giving it in. Emma Corcoran trying to get it for Rynagh's. And once again it ends up in a scrum. He's going to throw it in. The amateur whistlers are blowing on the far side of the field. And coming out with it there, Mairead Daly. Or it's Louise Mannion, is it? She was through the first half, been quiet in the second half, but what a time to come back into it. And it's a free in. there was a late tackle there, or he was playing advantage.
Could be as good as a score there now, in fairness. He had the hand up, in fairness. And
she was super first half.
I think that could be the moment.
Siobhan Flannery is going to go over and take. The Rynagh crowd are really getting behind them over there on the far side of the field. What a game we've had, like.
It's really come to life in the second half. Really enjoyable, end-to-end stuff. These teams, I know they know a lot about each other, but they always one thing. They go at it hell for leather, in fairness, and really second half it's really come to life. Pitch, underfoot conditions very, very heavy, but they've gone at it hell for leather, and really, really enjoyable game. And certainly, whoever wins today, it's certainly sure going to stand them in good stead heading into an All-Ireland final in a few weeks' time.
Flannery with the super score. What a time to get it.
Siobhan Flannery coming to our, coming to women, has come with the player, and
it's all over. Rynagh will go to the All-Ireland to defend their title. What a game. The vital score has been the penalty with 12 minutes to go from Roisin Egan, and Rynagh scored 1-2 without reply. And what a game. Now we have a job in our hands now. The officials are asking us to pick a player of the match. We've a job, Gavin.
Yeah, we certainly have, but I suppose, unbelievable game, unbelievable standard between these two great rivals. That penalty, I think that's what it hinged on, when you want players to step up, and it was a blistering finish from that penalty, from St. Rynnagh's. Roisin Egan, real go-to player. She was influential. I thought both centre-backs, Clodagh Carroll for Gailltír and Grania Dolan, really particularly impressive. And, Rynnagh's marched through, but Gailltír, they emptied themselves, they died with their boots on like they always do. More heartbreak, I suppose, for them, but they'll be back again, and Rynnagh's marching through now, and they'll want to make that 2 in a row and make that step up to senior. But a great battle.
Yeah, I suppose with the way she played in the first half, and she got the vital goal then from the penalty. Roisin Egan.
Yeah, I'd agree. I concur. I think when the balls were there to be won the second half, those ruck situations, she came it out. It wasn't just her winning the ball; it was her use of it as well. She was pushed very closely by Kate Kenny and Siobhan Flannery as well. But I think Roisin Egan deservedly player of the match to us.
Yeah, the AIB player of the match is Roisin Egan.
Now look, if you want to argue with us on that, they can. But I'm sure there's always people going to argue with us anyway.
Send in your comments. More than happy,
we'll take them on board, as the fella says.
What a game, and full-time score here in McDonagh Park in Nenagh is St. Rynagh's 2-12, Gailltír 1-11. Gailltír are going to be heartbroken.
2-11 to 1-11.
We're getting confused in everything with scores. What a game, though.
Brilliant. Real testament to the brilliant standard, and both teams left it out there. And Rynagh, I suppose, they'd be delighted to be back in the final. Gailltír will be pretty heartbroken, but they can hold their heads up high. They left everything out there, and just wasn't to be, unfortunately, on the day, and they go back to the drawing board. And they've been great ambassadors for Waterford, Camogie, and for themselves as well. I know a lot of the girls involved there and what they put into it, and Orla Murphy and her backroom team as well. And they'll come back from this. They'll bounce back. They're a decent bunch, and I know they too will be very gracious in defeat as well. And see, there's great camaraderie there between both teams as well. Gailltír obviously heartbroken, but wishing the best of luck to the St. Rynagh's players, which is great to see. As I said, they went at it hell for leather for the 60 minutes, and shake hands after the game. That's what it's all about as well.
And whoever comes through the other semi-final, of course, the other semi-final tomorrow, Portaferry and Salt Hill Knocknacarra.
I'd imagine Salt Hill will probably be favourites there, but any of those northern teams the most, they're certainly going to be hard bet,
See. And of course, Down Sport on a higher course with Kilcoo winning the senior club final.
Yeah, what a dramatic day that was in Croke Park. It's hard to believe that was this time last week we were in Croker, just goes, what a day that was. I suppose a lot of the people involved there with close connections with Ballygunner, so I'd just like to congratulate them on that victory last weekend. I believe they had quite the week down in Ballygunner. There wasn't too much work done, I tell you, down there this week.
Well deserved, so I suppose after winning that amount of county titles and getting a few monsters, it was time that they made that big step up. And
definitely, yeah.
That late goal will never be forgotten.
Yeah, I see Alicia Forrest trotting off there. I think she got 3 from play today. Really worked her socks off for Gailltír, and I see Fitzgerald there just being consoled, Ciara Jackman out there as well, and they'll be back. It's a tough defeat to take because they will feel they probably had chances. Rynagh's just probably maybe got their scores that little bit easier on the day. Gailltír have to work hard for their scores, but you know, they're the All-Ireland champions of 2019, and you know, Rynagh's, they've just made a Rynagh's team the last couple of seasons that have, you know, they've overturned them twice now in the space of a month, so that will be tough to take, but they'll be back, there's no doubt about that. But well done to Rynagh's on their victory, and we wish them the very best of luck now in the All-Ireland final. I'm sure for a lot of these intermediate clubs now, Tomas, they're hoping Rynagh's will win it, just to get out of the intermediate grade, you know.
And give the rest of them a chance, but I suppose that's one thing in the Camogie, you have to win 2 All-Irelands to get promoted, so you just have to wait and see. Just like to wrap things up there, and thanks to Gavin Wheely for being with us.
Yeah, thanks to Moss for that. Yeah, no problem. Enjoyed that now.
Really appreciate it. And just thanks to both clubs for having us. And don't forget to take a look at the CK Streaming YouTube channel and subscribe to us. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We've plenty of sport coming up over the course of 2022 that will be well worth looking at. Between hurling, football, camogie, ladies football, and you won't be disappointed. So give the YouTube channel a subscribe. It's free. A lot of people, when they hear the word subscribe, they think they're paying for something, but it's actually free. You get a notification on your phone every time there's a live broadcast coming up. So thanks to everybody being with us, and we'll talk to you all again very soon.